So good afternoon, happy Friday. Thank you for joining us. My name is Viridiana Tamendi. I am the programs manager here at the World Affairs Council. And today we are excited to talk to you about the Summer Academy we're going to have for youth and the Foreign Policy and Global Affairs Institute for Adults. So joining me today is Yahania Farpour. He is our membership manager, and Vernon O'Malley. He's our programs director. So I guess let's begin. And here's my first question for Ronan. So let's begin with the objectives from both the adult and youth courses. Could you please tell us for whom these courses are designed and what our participants will obtain from them?
Sure, thank you. Very great to join you and Jahan as well. And thank you everyone at home who's watching or at the office. So just to clarify, I'm going to be talking about our Global Affairs and U.S. Foreign Policy Institute. That are the courses and the programs we're offering this summer geared for adults. And then Jahan is going to be talking about our Global Scholars Academy, which is geared towards middle school and high school students. So the Institute, or the Global Affairs and U.S. Foreign Policy Institute, it's designed for and open to all adults, everyone from college students to professionals to adults who may be retired, but still want to have a love and a passion to keep learning. And the options and I suppose the objectives of the course is to help people get a deeper understanding of how it is that the world order that we have today came to pass, what is the US's role in that, and then I suppose going beyond that, what do we expect or what may or may not happen, or what changes might occur in the next few years or 5 or 10 years going forward. So the course is really designed for anyone who, for professional reasons, maybe because they work in international business or they look to maybe have a career with the US government or an international NGO or a nonprofit or global risk analysis or a wide variety of other fields, just for people to get perhaps a deeper understanding of the current global world order. And again, the US's role in the world and how we have shaped it and continue to shape it going forward. And the courses are really designed for people who may not have a substantial understanding or kind of knowledge or background in international studies or foreign policy before. So we make it at a level that it's for those people who don't have a big understanding in it, but we also have designed it so that people who maybe have more of an interest or have studied it before, that they will also have information they can learn and they can gain from it as well. So the courses will focus upon basically where we got to the global world order today. We'll go back in history a bit, but in particularly maybe focusing upon the world order that came out of World War II, the establishment of basically the Cold War, the alliances that came out of that, the global trade structures that came out of that, the GATT, the WTO, and we'll come into the world then after the end of the Cold War, and really where we are in the last 10 to 20 years, especially say with Russia resurging again and China obviously taking on, becoming such a major world player in so many different fields. And the courses, we're looking to kind of give a broad overview of a lot of these topics, but the areas we might do a bit more focus will be, say, on Russia, on China, on the Middle East, and a bit, say, on energy topics. Just a lot of the areas that you might see more in the news, or maybe where the United States has had a bigger or broader role in the last many years with regards to foreign policy. And again, the courses are really open for, and we'd love to have absolutely everybody and anyone. And then in addition to the material we'll be presenting and talking about, we have 6 courses here, and courses 2, 3, 4, and 5. At the end of each of those courses, they're 2-hour courses, we're going to have outside experts come and talk. So it'll be a great chance for students to talk directly with a wide variety of outside experts, everybody maybe from former CIA analysts or officers to FBI agents to people from international business, or maybe former diplomats or State Department officials or any sort of analysts. So basically it's a chance just to learn more, kind of get a deeper understanding of what's going on in the world. We aren't providing a grade for this. This is purely for your own personal enrichment or your professional development. We will provide a certificate to say that you completed this course. And then for the last course, if people want to do it, we're going to offer everybody a chance to maybe give a small presentation on a topic or a subject or region of the world that they find interesting to the class. And I think that's hopefully a good overview. And Jahan, I don't know if you want to take away the same question with regards to the students in the Academy.
Thanks, Ronan. Appreciate that. While we do have a wonderful experience for adults, we are an organization, an educational nonprofit, and we do focus on global education. And we do also feel that it's important for our students and the younger generation to learn more about this. We understand that STEM and STEAM is very important in a lot of children's upbringing, but we also do believe that getting a varied educational background in a wide array of different topics, such as current events and political topics, would be also beneficial. So this opportunity, Global Scholars Academy for this summer, is designed for students entering 7th through 12th grade, from middle school and high school students. And the purpose is to develop kind of an interest and an understanding and expertise in learning about the different world cultures, economies, governments, and lots of different international issues. And we do cover quite a wide array of issues, from American foreign policy to international development, to even different area studies, political economies of different areas such as Latin America, Middle East, North Africa, and Asia. So we do have lots of different experts from not just local professors from University of Houston and A&M, but we also do have professors from Georgetown and Brown University actually coming in to speak with us. Now we do have them in person, and we do have an option for in-person and virtual. We do have our in-person event, which is geared towards high school students. And we do also have a virtual event that's geared towards high school and middle school students, which we can talk about later on the details. But it's pretty much, like I said, to develop an understanding with these different topics, just to develop an interest for lots of these students, whether they're studying for debate or they do want to do international foreign policy as an interest of theirs, or just to learn about current events and about the world when they go forth with their careers. So we aim to prepare them for these. This is going to be a more of a speaker program, plus we do also have a virtual tour as well, including, we also do have a student-led project and presentation at the end, which they can learn to kind of interact and demonstrate some of their skills and their knowledge throughout the week. And we do conclude again, like the U.S. Foreign Policy Institute, we will conclude with a certificate and a ceremony at the end for students.
Oh, wonderful. So, and what is the duration of both the courses? Let's start with the adult course. So how often will this meet, and what can the participants expect?
Sure, thanks, Ferry. So for the Institute, for our adult courses, and again, these are designed for any adult from age 22 to 102, whether you're doing professional reasons or just personal interest, you like to know more about what's going on in the world. We're going to be meeting every Tuesday evening, starting in the middle of June. So from June 15th through July 27th. So that's 7 weeks. We're taking the week of July 4th off because I know a lot of people might be traveling. And we'll be meeting in our office, and we have a large conference room in our office from between 5:30 and 7:30. And we will take about a 10-minute break halfway between, somewhere around 6:30 every time for the course. And I know for some people, driving in Houston with traffic, 5:30 could be a challenge. If you have to, you get there, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes late, don't worry, that's all right. That's not a problem. Again, these courses are for your own benefit, your own understanding. So we just want to make it as flexible as we can for you. Right now, at least, we are intending for the Institute, the courses for adults, to be an in-person course. Just, I suppose we've heard from a lot of people, perhaps like yourselves, that they're a bit zoomed out and they really want a bit of a chance to kind of interact directly with people. We're also thinking and hoping that when people have a chance to, meet with the people directly, there's a bit of chance for networking, a bit of chance for people to kind of meet other people with similar interests or in similar industries here in Houston. So the adult course will be in person. If you had to miss a course here or there, that's all right. We'll be able to catch you up on the material. But as of now, like we're saying, we're intending for that course to be in person. If because of COVID, if any rates change or there's an increase in Houston or something at the time, we might change that. But as of now, it's intended to be an in-person course, and it'll be for 6 full classes. Each class will be 2 hours every Tuesday evening. The first class will become an introductory class. Classes 2, 3, 4, and 5, there'll be informational and instructional material for the first part of it. And then the second part of the class will be with the outside speaker or expert. Again, like I mentioned, so someone maybe from the intelligence community or international business experience or the State Department. And then the last class is kind of some final information to learn about going forward, and a chance for all the students to make their own presentation and kind of guide just an informal discussion with the class upon the topic or the region of their choice.
Okay, wonderful. Johan, can you help us? Same question for the youth.
Sure. So the Global Scholars Academy is taking place in 2 sessions. With 2 sessions, both of them are going to be in the month of July. Our first session is our session 1, which is for high school students only, and that's going to be our in-person session. So unfortunately, we don't have the capacity to have middle school students join us in person, but for our high school students, we do have that option. That's going to be July 12th through 15. So it's going to be Monday through Thursday, July 12th through 15, from 9 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. And the same goes with our second week when it comes to the time. Our second week was going to be our virtual program, our virtual session, which includes both middle school and high school students. That'll be July 19 through 22. Once again, 4 days from 9 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. each day. And that will be taking place via MS Teams and Zoom, which you can definitely talk to. If you look further on, we can explain that further. But once again, we have those 2 sessions. And a quick breakdown is that we usually would have at least 2 speakers per day speak about these different topics. We start off actually with our virtual tour on Monday. So definitely we start off with that tour, getting people more involved, and get them interested in the program. Then we go on towards our regular sessions throughout the week. And once again, we do have that group project, which we kind of help out. We work on towards the end of each day, where they get to convene with their fellow students and learn to work with a little camaraderie and teamwork experience there. So at the very end of the program, we do at the end of the session, we will have a group presentation or a group project presentation where they can actually present their findings and their group projects to one another. So yeah.
That sounds wonderful. And since we're going to be meeting in person, do we have any special measures to ensure a safe and healthy experience throughout the course?
Yeah, and I would just to give you all a heads up, we will be kind of keeping track of CDC guidelines, or if there are any guidelines from the city or the county, and COVID rates and rates of infection if they happen to spike or change over the next few weeks. But we'll have more detail about this on our website, and also the week before we start either the Institute and also the Academy, we will send out more detailed descriptions and presentations. But for you to know, for the in-person classes, this will be relatively small class sizes for the Institute. I think it'll probably be kind of maybe at the most kind of 8 to 12 students. We have a very large conference room. We would have people spaced out very far apart. We'll be checking people's temperature every when they come in. Just to let all of you know, everyone on the World Affairs Council staff, we've all been vaccinated so far. We hopefully I think a lot of our students for the Institute will be vaccinated. We're not necessarily going to be asking about it, but obviously I would presume a decent number of them would be. The masks decision as of now, we'd probably maybe make that optional for people. We would have hand sanitizer and other regulations and things to kind of keep track of hosting an in-person event again. But again, like I said, we're going to keep an eye on what's happening. If anything changes in the next few weeks, we'll update things accordingly. And if you have any questions, of course, about any of this, please feel free to either email us at programs@wachhouston.org. So again, that's programs@wachhouston.org. Or the easiest thing, a lot of times, just call us at the office, 713-522-7811. And again, Gary mentioned at the beginning, just want to let you know, if any of you have any questions, please feel free to send them through the Q&A tab at the bottom of the Zoom screen, and we'd love to see what you're curious about.
Yeah, actually, we just had about 3 questions coming in. The first one is, what time and work-wise commitment do you expect from the participants? This comes from Lauren.
I would say for the Institute, in advance of the course, whoever signs up, we'll probably about 2 weeks out, we'll send out a reading list, nothing too long or too difficult. Again, this is mostly just for people to kind of improve their own skills and their own understanding of what's happening in the world. So we'll send out a reading list, maybe of a few articles or a few chapters from certain books to kind of lay a bit of a foundation before we start the course. And then for each week of the course, we'll give a reading list in advance of the next Tuesday. And I would anticipate that, most of that reading should not take more than an hour or two. Obviously, if you want to read a bit more, that's great. And in addition to any of that reading, as I mentioned before, for the Institute, each student, if they want to, we encourage and would like them to do maybe a small presentation on a topic or region of their choice. So for that, I don't think it would be a large amount of preparation, but it could be a few hours or as much or as little as they wanted to do. And the idea is for people to have a chance to learn. This is not supposed to be a burdensome and kind of weighing you down during the summer with a huge amount to read and work on. It's mostly a chance to kind of get an exposure to new ideas and think about what's happening in the world, and hopefully also get to meet some of your fellow Houstonians who have similar interests and similar perhaps backgrounds in energy industry or in the medical industry or something like that. So that's what I would say. And Jahan, how would it be for students?
Hello? Hi there, can you hear me there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sure, yeah, when it comes to the students, the coursework and the time work that's needed is, well, each day we do have a good substantial amount of work and learning that we do encourage all students to kind of take a review of the different work that the different things that they do learn. We do also have a resource guide, and we will have discussion questions that we will actually review the following day. Each day we do have a small review the day prior. So we do encourage students to review the notes that they took and to remember and to try to kind of reflect on all that they did learn. And if they do have any questions, we definitely ask them to provide them the next day so we can all actually have a great conversation together to answer any questions that anyone has. So like I said, like Ronan's saying, not too much as work is going to be needed outside of it. Like he said in the very earlier questions, it's not an academically, it's not a course that you're going to be highly graded or criticized over. It's going to be for your enrichment always. So we encourage you to take as much time as the student wants to learn more. And we definitely do hope that we do spark interest, that they do learn more and they spend more time expanding their knowledge, especially with us with the Global Studies Academy, as well as the U.S. Foreign Policy Institute.
Okay, wonderful. And a very important question: how can people reserve their spot?
Thanks. The best way, the easiest way, is just on our website, wachhouston.org. Again, that's wachhouston.org. You can reserve your spot on there either for the Institute. Again, that's the programs for the adults, or the Global Scholars Academy, designed for middle and high school students. And anytime you have any questions or not certain about something, just please feel free to contact us. We're easy to talk to, easy to get a hold of. You can just email us again at programs@wachhouston.org, or edu for education, edu@wachhouston.org. Or again, just call the office, 713-522-7811. And I know between the three of us, sometimes if you have a few questions, we're very happy to just, get on the phone and chat with you for 5-10 minutes. Some ways that might be easier than a bunch of emails back and forth, whatever you prefer. So any of us be very happy to talk to you in more depth about any questions you might have, or something that you might not even think of until next week or 2 weeks from now.
Jahan?
Hi. Well, thank you, Ronan, for that. But yeah, pretty much for the Global Scholars Academy, we do have a registration form that we'd like you to fill out. And afterwards, to secure the seat, we do have that payment, which we have the payment option. It's all found on the website. I believe Viri did send the link to in the chat, so feel free to check it out there. Once again, you just have to fill out a registration form and pay to secure your seat. And so, letting you know, refunds, we do honor refunds up to 1 week before the program. So should you have any prior commitments you're not sure about, you're more than welcome to report now to reserve your seat should they fill up. And otherwise, we have up to 1 week for a refund.
Okay, thank you.
Again,
And
you reach out to edu@wachhouston.org for any questions.
okay, thank you. And my last questions before we go to the participants. So what are the costs payment options, and are there any scholarships or financial aid? So Johan, may you start, please?
Sure. Well, for the Global Scholars Academy, for our in-person event with high school students, it's going to be $300 for session 1. And for session 2, the virtual event, it is $200. As for scholarships, we do have an available scholarship available for those who do inquire. We do evaluate your registration, your application. In addition, we do also require that you come from a Houston HISD Title I school. That will help qualify you for any possible scholarship or price reduction to the academy. And to pay for it, you can pay by credit card, or if you like, you can pay by check, which you can make payable to World Affairs Council of Greater Houston, and you can send it to the address which we'll provide shortly.
Okay, thank you. And what about the institute? Do we have any help right now?
Sure, yeah, and again, the payment option is the same as Jahan mentioned. You can basically pay any way you like with us. Can't pay with Dogecoin yet, but maybe sometime soon. And again, another thing you might want to think about, I know some people, at least one, and maybe others who are going to sign up for the course, have looked into asking their company to pay, or at least pay for part of it. Because I know especially a lot of people in certain fields, especially in the energy industry or international business, this is a lot of information they want their employees to know. They want them to be more familiar with. So some of them are actually happy to have their people doing professional development and learning outside of the office. So the price for our members is $445 for the entire summer course. That includes all 6 sessions. And the price for non-members is $495. And that price also includes a free 1-year membership as well. So you basically, besides having the course, you're a member of World Affairs Council, at least for the next year. And right now, for any of you watching now through the end of May, we're offering a $150 discount to anybody looking on now. So for the member price, it'll go from $445 to $295 for the whole entire course. And the non-member price with the free 1-year membership will go from $495 to $345. So again, it's $345 for non-members and $295 for members. And to get that price on our website, there's a discount code when you're going through the registration. Please just enter the discount code SUMMER150. So SUMMER150, the numbers, so SUMMER150. Or if you have any questions with payment or registration, again, please feel free to just call us at the office.
And until when is this discount code valid?
It'll be valid until the end of May.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question from Jonathan. He asks, does it matter if I don't have a background in international relations and political science studies?
No, I mean, that's a great question. And really, these courses are designed for people who might have studied in our studies before, or perhaps have an understanding of some parts of the world already. But they're also designed for people who just have a curiosity about the world, who maybe were a science major in college, or maybe work in a job that's related to finance or something like that, and there's no direct information they're dealing with regards to global affairs and U.S. foreign policy. So these courses are designed for people at all levels of understanding. For those people who don't have a lot of immersion in foreign affairs or U.S. foreign policy, it's perfect for them. And those who do have already a degree of understanding in certain areas of what's going on in the world, it's a good fit for them as well. And the special project at the end, obviously you can pursue that and make that as intricate and as involved as you want. And one thing I think I maybe forgot to mention is, in addition to the 4 guest speakers, if people do want to do that kind of special project and make a presentation at the end, I'm very happy to make them connect with somebody, an expert from somebody in DC or maybe another country who might be an expert on the topic they're interested in, to maybe help them with a few questions or a bit of their own research. So again, the idea is these courses are designed for somebody who's relatively new to the field, or somebody who's always liked it and known a good bit about it, but maybe just wants to learn a bit more, especially in some of the areas that they're not as familiar with yet.
We have one more question from Sean. She's asking, will courses be recorded or able to call in remotely if we cannot attend a session?
For the Global Scholars Academy, as you know, we do have the first week is going to be in person, and the second week is going to be virtual. We should be able to have recordings of those events available for students who may not be able to miss those sessions. So we do have them available. Yeah, we do have them available and recorded.
All right, and for the Institute, again, we're at least currently looking for this to be an in-person event. So we're not certain if we will record it or not. If someone does happen to miss a program, we're very happy to catch them up on the material. We are hoping, especially for bringing in the outside experts, just to try and reduce the amount of screen time and Zoom that we all have to do, that hopefully some of those experts, maybe all, or at least most of them, will be some experts based here in Houston, so they actually come to the classroom and we can have an in-person discussion. So like I say, if you had to miss a course here or there, that's all right. We can catch you up and get you the material. But as of now, just because more people have expressed an interest in having an in-person class, the courses for the Institute are primarily designed for an in-person presentation.
Okay. Thank you. And Vernon, you did mention that when the course option for non-members includes a membership. Can you just go over that before we call it in?
Sure, yeah, a good idea, Verdiana. Yeah, for any of you who might be new to the council, your membership, you get a free membership for a year. It basically allows you to attend every year. I think the last year, even after we do courses, events in person, we're looking to start doing those again. Our first in-person event will be June 17th. We're hosting an event. Now that will be in person with the former Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, joining us via Zoom. But going forward, we're looking to get back to pure in-person events with going to a venue here in Houston, having a speaker come and be on stage and a chance maybe to talk to them a bit afterwards. So your membership would allow you to attend a large number of those events for free, all of our events that are free to members, or anytime there's a charge, it's always a discounted charge. It's a cheaper price for a member as opposed to a non-member for any event.
Okay, wonderful. And I do remind everybody that a lot of our online programs are on our YouTube channel. So if you want to absorb more information before starting the course, that is like a great source. Like we have all topics available there. And I think we've covered most of the content. We appreciate you joining us today. Again, feel free to call, write. We're on social media as well. So yeah, we encourage you to reach out. We're very happy to answer all of the questions out there. And last comments, Ron and Johan?
John, you want to go first? Sure.
Yeah, sure. Once again, we do definitely recommend and encourage all of the students to join. As we know, with the World Affairs Council, it does focus on global education as one of our prime objectives in our mission to educate the Houston community. And for a lot of people who do understand international relations and government foreign policy, we do know that New York and DC are real popular hubs. But we also do know that Houston is a huge city with the third largest consular corps in the nation and over 140 plus languages spoken. Houston should be on top of the world, and it would be wonderful to actually start with the youth to actually learn about the world and to show people what Houston's about, and to show us Houstonians and the youth what the world is about, hopefully to spark interest and to grow their interests and their careers for lifelong learning.
Yeah, great point, Jahan. Yeah, I think people increasingly are realizing what a huge international hub Houston is, not just for energy, but obviously for medicine, for biomedical research, obviously with NASA here for a long time, an enormous port. So these courses hopefully will just kind of reinforce and help people get a deeper understanding of the world it is today and the U.S.'s role in all of it. So yeah, I would encourage, if you have any questions, please feel free to call us or contact us any way you like. And again, I think Jahan might have mentioned for the academy, there are even, I think we have scholarships available for students from a variety of schools. If you need that, please let us know. And for any adults for the Institute, if there's an issue related to cost or a way to pay for it, we'd be very happy to try and work with you there. basically, we just want to make these courses available and kind of accessible to as many people as we can. And again, we just want to kind of get people to have a fuller understanding of what's going on in the world, but also have a chance to meet other like-minded people, whether you're students or adults who are here in Houston, who are curious about what's going on in the world, or maybe from a different part of the world themselves. And they just want to meet other people who are curious about it, or maybe in the industry and would like to know more about it. Again, like I've mentioned, maybe you might run it by your companies. You might be surprised at the number of companies that will actually contribute some or part of the amount to the cost of this. And yeah, hopefully you can join us all soon. And thanks you all for joining us. And Viri, I'll let you wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. So reach out, and we do hope to see you soon in our courses. So have a great weekend, and remember that we are here for you. Thank you.
Thank you all.